Hello everyone, today I am bringing you my Coral deck profile. After a bit of playtesting and going through the older cards for Bermudas, I finally found the build that I like. So starting off with grade zeros, we obviously use the Coral starter. I do use for Fun Day, reason being I need to get some combos into my hand early on and the draw triggers help with that. I am thinking about knocking this down to 2 and possibly putting in the Harmony stand. One of the Harmony stands, you can use either or. 8 criticals. These are just vanilla crits, so you can put in the Loris crit if you want to. Whoops, making a mess with 4 heals. And it's the one where she sits on a macaroon. Again, you can use any heal, but I like the one where she sits on a macaroon because I like macaroons. Grade 1's for Fresh Star Coral, for Kukuri to get your damage back. This is a tech-in of mine of 2 Prism Image Clear, which I'll get into a little bit later. 2 Lyrica. Didn't want to run it at 4 because you can abuse the effect with the bouncing that you can do in the deck, but she's okay to run at 2, you do tend to see her. And then 1 Nina. Only 1 because I felt if I ran 2 I'm in risk of riding a grade 5k grade 1, which I don't really want to do early on. So grade 2's the grade 2 Coral, Shiny Star Coral of course. Just want to bring a point that before G era this deck used to be really good at early play bouncing with this card, and this is one of the reasons I love Coral, because early play bouncing was brilliant. 3 Speaker, because you want your extra attacks. 2 Amelia, because you want to add that little extra draw power in, but she is the reason why you can knock down the draw triggers to 2. But I'm yet to test that a bit more. At the moment I'm liking this balance, so. And then another tech-in of mine, 3 Prism Duo Avon. Again, I'll get into this in a minute. Grade 3's are of course for Aurora Star Coral, which is your Ride Chain Coral. And then for Shangri-la Star Coral, which is your Cross Ride Coral. Going into the G zone, we do run 4 Frontier Star Coral. She is so good, and she is a reason why some people will mix Loris with Coral, because she's fantastic in the skills that she has. So she's Can Blast 1, flip any card face up in the G zone, Soul Charge 1, and then bounce the number of rear guards equal to the number of Coral in Soul. This does exclude the heart, but as long as you've had some consistent ride chain off, I myself tend to find I can bounce at least 2, maybe 3 units if I get lucky. And then she is a sort of Olivia where she's, if you've got 2 of this face up in the G zone, you can draw a card and call 2 units to separate rear guards. So she acts like an Olivia with a draw, but also she gets 5,000 power for each card bounced as well rather than the crit. So I like it slightly better than Olivia. 2 Alprina. You do gather a lot of soul in this deck, which is why I've got some of the tech-ins that I have. You don't use her often, you usually just use her to flip Frontier Star Coral up. So, but you can use some of the abusive effects of Lyrica and Amelia with this as well, so it's quite fun for that. Speaking of Olivia, we do run 4 Olivias, because whilst Coral's great, you want to try and get that extra crit every now and then as well. 1 Somni, because she's usually there to flip a card in the G zone for Coral, but she can provide some nice on-hit pressure. 1 Meiju, in case you want to ride into the Ride Chain Coral first. However, I do find you don't tend to do that, but it's there as a just in case. 3 Hand in Hand Leona for G Guardians, because she can gain that extra guarding power that you need to do, and with how I've set up the deck, it's a good way to get that extra defensive power. But then again, sometimes you just need an extra 5k guard with Nasha. So going into the combo that I came up with in this deck includes having Frontier Star Coral and the Vanguard. Let's see if I can get it all sorted. You'll have a speaker on the field. You'll also have this in your hand. You'll have an Avon in your hand typically. You will also have a Prism Image Clear behind speaker. Not all the time, it can be any booster, but the best combo works with Prism Image Clear. And then you can just have any old rear guard on the other side. This is a great way to get some numbers out of your opponent for guarding as well. So what you would typically do is attack with the Amelia first, or whatever rear guard you've got here. You may have a booster with this. You can imagine you've got a booster as well, just in case. You would then swing with the speaker to bounce this rear guard to call Avon. Avon would then gain 3000 power. So Avon's already up to a nice 11k there. So already you've made your opponent use possibly a 5 and a 10 or a 10 and a 10 guard. Next, you would attack with your Coral. So if you're fortunate enough at this point, you're able to bounce nearly all your rear guards, which would give Coral plus 15,000 power, and then give Avon another 9,000 power in the situation that you bounce 3. You would then use Clear Skill to give Avon another 4,000 power, because you want to boost up your rear guards. More than likely they're going to G-guard or perfect guard your Vanguard. And then you would recall your Avon, not your Avon, your Clear and your speaker, sorry. So already you're giving 15,000 power here. You've gained 9, 12, 16,000 power over here. So you'd attack here. Whatever your drive checks are. Fortunately enough, I usually do see the odd crit. At this point in the game, my luck is kind of silly stupid with Coral. And you'd typically give it all here, but you would always try and give a trigger here if you can as well to make this 21, because you're already making your opponent guard for over 15 to 20k here. So you would again swing here with the Avon now. So in theory she's gained already 16,000 power, plus the 8 is 24, and then any triggers would make it 29. You're looking at least a 20k shield. Even if you didn't boost with the first card and left a booster here, you could potentially do that as well to push the extra 5k. You would then swing with the speaker, bounce the Avon, and then in theory I'd rather call something like a 9k to give it 3k, make it a 12k attacker, just in case. But Amelia would be a nice choice, or you just wouldn't want to recall Avon because you want to save her for future combos should your opponent survive in this turn. But anyway guys, that's the idea behind Coral. I know some of you will be asking why I didn't use the Grey 2 Coral support, and that's why I use Avon, because of the power creep and that combo that I've just showed you guys there. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this deck, and give it a go yourselves. I would recommend this type of build. It is interesting and very fun to play with. I'm hoping to show it off in a video or two should I get the chance this week away from Weisswatch. I don't know how much of that's going to happen, but hopefully I'll be playing a bit more Vanguard in the very near future. So anyway guys, like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video today, to make sure you get all the latest videos in your feed. And also see you guys in the next video. Bye!